Blog Talk Radio.
Looks like I'm 30 seconds late again this morning. This is becoming a habit. I guess I'm going to have to get up 30 seconds earlier in the morning to give myself the extra time. For real, man. I was tied up this morning working on some traffic authority stuff, making some notes, looking for some research material. But I'm here now live, and I do want to welcome everybody. It is Thursday morning. Today is the 12th of November. We're almost halfway through the month, man. Can you believe how fast we're moving? It was like 12 days ago was the end of the last contest, which means we're only about, 18 days away from our next contest, a little bit less. Well, we will be introducing the holiday contest with a cool cash giveaway and some prizes and some points, and all those cool things are going to be happening. That's going to be coming up on Black Friday, so you got something to look forward to. And let's not forget the disease that many of us may be suffering from. We learned about it from Rebecca in the United Kingdom. Remember what it was? Turkey lurkey, no more worky. Here in North America, it's going to be Thanksgiving coming up here in another couple of weeks. Is it like 2 weeks from today, I'm thinking, is Thanksgiving. Turkey lurkey, no more worky. I know winter is crushing down on some of the Northeast, and I know that it's snowstorms up there, and, it's feeling like winter. The holidays are coming. Turkey lurkey, no more worky. That's one of the diseases that come up at the time of the year because people just want to take off. They want to have fun. They want to spend time with their families. Well, here, you can actually do that in the Traffic Academy, in the Traffic Authority. I got the Academy on my mind. I'm still blown away by Mazer the other day, right? It's Traffic Authority. If you really get your business up and running and you use the tools effectively, you can be sending your emails. You can set up your email swipe files well in advance and be communicating with your list well in advance and just have those emails going while you're enjoying fun with family and friends. Before I get any further into that discussion, though, I do want to welcome everybody to the radio show today. We have a lot of people getting started. I mean a lot of people. Because so much traffic is flowing, we're getting a lot of responses. People are opting in. So I know there are dozens of you, maybe even hundreds of you, who are listening today for the very first time. So I do want to welcome you. You're listening to what we call the Traffic Report. We come together every morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The goal here is to educate, motivate, and celebrate. Okay, now every single person, especially the newbies, okay, if you're brand spanking new, you've never had the opportunity to come out and have your voice be heard, this is your chance. This is your opportunity, right? Let your voice be heard. Your voice, your conversations, your thoughts absolutely matter here. This thing that we do every single morning at 11 a.m. Eastern is kind of like a virtual water cooler. We have thousands, tens of thousands of people around the world. I've lost track of how many countries that we are operating in. Over 50, I think I counted, just a couple of days ago. I was looking at, who's receiving the correspondence, how many people are actually purchasing, subscribing, learning, okay, where are they coming from. Well, the cool thing is this is a place where we all get to come together kind of like a virtual water cooler in cyberspace. That's why I want you to think of it. If you've ever worked a job, which is a frightening thing for me, I'm psychologically, emotionally unemployable. I'm totally dysfunctional if I have to work a job. And I know many of you feel the same way. But if you ever did work in a cubicle or work in a job or work in an office or even a warehouse or a factory, Heck, I can remember my father. He used to be a pizza driver in the evening to make ends meet. He worked a full-time gig. So did my mom, work a full-time gig. And my father in the evening would deliver pizzas. And I would go with him in the pizza car, and our car smelled like pizza. Maybe that's why I have a pizza thing. I can eat it every day. But I can remember driving with my father, and as soon as we would get back, we would go back into the kitchen where they were making the pizzas and hang around the water cooler. And so I want you to consider this like the virtual water cooler, okay? This is where you can go and you can hang out and you can learn and you can laugh, you can kibitz, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And if you've been showing up here lately, you see the conversations are really cool. So many people are having so many results. People are empowered. They're inspired. Stuff is happening. And they show up here and they share their enthusiasm and they just let their voice be heard. And so that's what this is. We want to encourage you to actually come out here and let your voice be heard. Now, a couple things before I open up the lines, okay? If you're listening right now on our live feed at radioleverage.com, I want you to know that all you have to do is pick up the telephone and dial the call-in number, 914-338-0631. That's where you call. That's the number that you call. And you'll be able to talk to the host, and that's me. My name is Joe. And we're going to get there in a moment, okay? We're going to get there in a moment. Before I get there, though, I do want to remind you guys that we have an absolutely amazing webinar set up. As a matter of fact, right now, I've been working on the webinar. As we speak, right now, in the moment, Eric Bechtel has just sent me over 2 files, okay? He sent me over a PowerPoint presentation that we're going to be sharing with you tonight, live tonight on our webinar tonight. Okay, now there's a unique URL for tonight's webinar. If you notice, the URLs are getting to be they're getting to be a little bit more, a few more words in there, right? Now there's one already for there's a unique URL set up and ready to go for the webinar that many people love, and that is the one that features Vincent Ortega Jr. Last week we did something a little bit different, and we had a featured guest, and it was Devon Brown. That has a unique URL now for a replay, so you can invite people to that thing 24/7. And now Eric Bechtel, we're doing one tonight. It's going to be live at 8 p.m. Eastern, a live webinar tonight. I want you guys to register for it. Now, here's what we've done. We sent you over this morning. First of all, we sent it last night. Then I personally posted it on Facebook. And then I sent it again this morning. It's a series of swipe files. A swipe file, for those of you who are brand spanking new, a swipe file, this is what you send to your group. A little customization. You've got to put your own username in there, but everything else is formatted. The language is there. The language is written. It's written by Darren, the guy who was he's one of the teachers in the academy, right? The ninja guy, the boot camp, the email boot camp guy. He is the guy that writes these emails. This guy he really understands how to write email. And so we provide for you guys, this is like plug and play, right? Done for you marketing. If you look on Facebook, if you look in your email, we sent it yesterday, we sent it today. There are 3 swipe files. One of them we asked for you to send yesterday. The other one we're asking for you to send it today. And I'm recommending you send it twice. And then there's another one, you'll see the third one in the lineup, that's for you to send tomorrow. And the one for tomorrow is to remind people that we had the webinar yesterday, and the replay will still be live. So I want you to pay attention to the usernames, to the unique links. Make sure you're inserting your usernames. If you're wondering how do you get these files out, how do you get them out of that document that you have available to you, when you open up one of the documents, you'll see it's on a black background. And up in the top right corner of the screen, there's an arrow. And on my computer, I've got a Mac. The arrow is pointing to the right corner. And when you click on the arrow, boom, the document pops out, and now you can manipulate the document, meaning now you can copy, paste, now you can move it around. So I want you guys to do that this morning. Okay, maybe this morning while we're sitting here, open up your email, go to the Facebook page. The stuff is plastered everywhere, and be doing it, okay? Send the email to your entire list this morning. How about that? How cool would that be? Send the list to your email while we're on the radio here together, and then your work is done. Boom shakalaka. And then what I want you to do is go and post on Facebook that your work is done. And then watch what happens. You do this every single day. We talk about the slight edge every single day. And the reason we do is because it is true, it works, and it's mundane. Right? The slight edge, what do they say? It is the mundane thing. That's where the beauty is. That's where the magic is in doing the simple things over and over and over. And they may seem mundane. It seems like you're not getting a result. I know that if I continue to promote the concept of the slight edge, it may seem mundane for you to hear it every single morning, but I know that eventually many of you guys, at least 20%, that's the rule, right? 1 out of 5 is going to say, okay, I'm going to do this, and the other 4 out of 5 are, hopefully we're entertaining you here. But if you just do that thing, and I know that if I just promote it, and if I just stay consistent with it, it may seem mundane to you, it may seem mundane to me, that I'm promoting the Slight Edge and I'm promoting sending your swipe files every single day. But I know if I do this every day, every week, every month, I know where we were on August 5th. And I know where we are today. We're about 100 people away from 20,000 VIP members. We had 0 on August 5th. And today we have just shy of 20,000. And it's why? It's because of the Slight Edge. Every single day. Beat the drum. Every single day. Period. End of story. Now, that's what you have to do today. Okay, this is what you must do today. A couple other things. One of them is to show up on the radio show. I sent this morning in the email, and you're here. Congratulations if you're listening. One of the other things is the daily marketing plan. Go over the daily marketing plan every single day. There are new things being added in there all the time. If you're looking and if you're reading and you're paying attention, you will see that there are new things being added there all the time. So do the thing. Do the thing. Now, 2 of the 3 things we've covered here this morning. Okay, send the swipe file. Okay, listen to the radio show. That's number 2. And then, of course, number 3 is the daily marketing plan. I included the link in there this morning, so you can click on it, go there, and just go over it. Pick one of the things, okay? Pick one of the things that are in there. There are several recommendations that are made. Pick one. Now, something I want to throw out there for the brand new people, because there are so many of you joining us today for the first time. I know that you're here. And I know that some of you are going, whoa, this is a lot of stuff. This is a lot of video. What's this guy talking about? We can really simplify this thing, right? If you go into your reseller back office and you go into your resellers training area, watch the videos. I want you to watch the step-by-step videos, but you're going to see that in there, when you get to there, I'll look it up right now and tell you exactly. Well, I'm not even going to tell you exactly how to get there. I'm going to ask you to go like an Easter egg hunt. I want you to go find this, okay? I want you to dig around, because along the way you're going to be watching some video and you're going to be learning some things. It's best if you go in chronological order, left to right, top to bottom. Lay out the videos, watch the stuff. That's what you do, right? But there's something in there that's a quick start, okay? How to jumpstart, fast start your business. And it's some very, very simple things that you can do right now today. Right now today, if it's your first day, you can go there and you can get some emails, some swipe files. You can do some things on Facebook that you can begin posting right now. It is that little 4 series. There are 4 steps. That's the very foundation of this enormous company. And that's what many of the individuals who are here today, that's what they use to get their business out of the gate. Some of these guys made $100,000 in their first 30 days using those 4 simple steps in the quick start. All right. I just have something. I want to throw this out there, right? It was in 1984 they played the Olympic Games in Montreal. They were in Montreal that year, and that was the year that a young woman, I think she was 14 years old at the time, by the name of Nadia Comaneci. It was the first individual to score a perfect 10, and I think she was only about 4 feet tall, right? Just unbelievably gifted athlete. Nadia Comaneci, look her up. 1984, gold medalist in the Olympic Games. And she's also a very interesting person because of her beliefs and her confidence. And she actually defected from Romania. Her and her coach and some other athletes, they defected, and it was kind of like, they had to get out of the country and they had to get into another country, and then they had to take trains and buses. Very, very interesting story, the Nadia Comaneci story. But the thing I love about Nadia Comaneci is her sense of humor. And, of course, all the things that she did. And I got to just tell you a quick story about Nadia Comaneci. She went on to marry when she got to the United States. She lived a really cool life, and she's still living a cool life, and she's influential. But she married a guy by the name of Bart Connors, who was the American version of Nadia Comaneci. She was a gold medalist, a gymnast, a stud, here winning medal after medal. Well, they connected, and they ended up getting married. And they go through life, and I think they're still married. But one of my favorite stories is one day, Nadia Comaneci and Bart Connors are checking into a hotel in Chicago, my hometown. This is a true story. And they're checking into the hotel, and the woman behind the counter, the woman who's checking them into the hotel, she had a name badge, and her name was Nadia. And as they're checking in, Nadia Comaneci says to the girl behind the counter, "Nadia, that's a lovely name." And she says, "Thank you." And Bart Connors points to Nadia Comaneci, and he says to the girl behind the counter, "That's Nadia." And the girl behind the counter says, "Oh, are you named after the famous gymnast as well?" I love that story. True story. But the other thing about 1984, and this is where I was a little bit late this morning, I was doing some research, is it was in that day that well, we've often talked here about a book. I've talked many times about With Winning in Mind. Okay, With Winning in Mind, and this is a story of an Olympian with winning in mind. And this guy is a guy who won a gold medal in the Olympic Games in 1984. And the interesting thing is, this guy is, I've met this, actually his son is the guy that I have met several times. His name is Lanny Basham. Lanny Basham is the author of With Winning in Mind. And it's an interesting story because with winning in mind, he won the gold medal in the 1984 Olympic Games. That's where I can connect these dots of 1984 Olympics. And the interesting thing is, this guy's a sharpshooter. Okay, I've met his son. I've been to a workshop with his son more than one time. And I hate to name drop there, but I know these guys. But they're really cool guys. They're sharpshooters, right? And Lanny Basham is a guy who he's like one of the world's best. And if you know what they do, it's in the Olympic Games, sharpshooting. It's target shooting. And both of these guys are on record. I know a lot of you are, Second Amendment or whatever amendment it is, and give us our guns. I get it. Don't want to get political here. But father and son, Lanny Basham and Troy Basham, are on the record as saying they have never shot a living thing, ever. They use these guns just, Lanny was a sharpshooter in the military. He never had to be in battle, though. But what they do is they're target shooters, and it's all about, setting your aim, visualizing the outcome, and then taking the action. And in this book, With Winning in Mind, this is exactly what Lanny Basham talks about over and over and over again. As a matter in the book, and if you've ever seen one of the targets, I have one. It was given to me by Troy Basham, his son. If you've ever seen the target that at the Olympic level that they're shooting at, it's a cardboard square. It's like if you took 2 3x5 cards, it'd be like 6x6 square. In the middle, there's a dot, and the dot is like the size of the point of your ballpoint pen. Okay, if you take your pen and just put it on the paper, that's about the size of the dot, and they got to hit that from a long, far away distance. I don't know how many yards it is, but it's really long. And the interesting thing is that when I talk to these guys about what they do, they say it's such a precise, they're actually so in tune with what the rhythm is, what the discipline is, right? They know exactly what has to happen to get the result. They actually gauge their heartbeat, because the beat of their heart is enough to knock the sight off the target. So they pull the trigger in between heartbeats. That's how dialed in these dudes are. Well, in the book With Winning in Mind, and I urge you to get this book, With Winning in Mind. You can get it right now. It's on audio. It's Lanny Basham is the author. It's really cool because it isn't about shooting a gun. It's about self-image. It's about finding the discipline, and it's about execution, and it's about visualization. And one of the examples that this guy talks about in his book is, at one point, it was before a world championship, Olympic Games, and this guy Lanny Basham, he's won tons of medals and all kinds of championships, and #1 in the world here. And I mean, this is the man, right? And in the book, he talks about, at one point in time, for whatever reason, the U.S. Army took him out of his thing, right? His thing was shooting. His thing was he was a sharpshooter. He was a sniper, and they reassigned him. So he was no longer out on the shooting range every single day. He wasn't out there every single day practicing, honing his skill. He was doing something else in the military. So what he did something called dry shooting, and he talks about it in the book, is he went into a small room in his house, in his barracks, and he practiced aiming, aiming, and shooting without any bullets in the guy. It was a dry shoot, right? It was dry. It was just practice. There was no range. He wasn't out there feeling the elements. He was in a dark room by himself, just shooting at a target on the wall without even a bullet, or the gun wasn't even turned on, whatever you call it, right? No firing mechanism. And after months and months of this, just this kind of practice, and he had this World Championship Olympic thing coming up on the horizon, he finally got there. He got to the games, and he hadn't shot a live gun. He had just been in his dark room. Visualization. And when he started talking to his buddies, because it's an elite group, right? It's like all of the elite athletes in whatever discipline, whether it be soccer, football, shooting, they all know each other, right? You get to the cream of the crop, like the top 10 on the leaderboard here, they all know each other. We invite you to that team, right? There's plenty of room at the top. You can't believe how much room there is at the top of the ladder. So just keep working your way, and you'll get there, and you'll be amazed. And how about this? How about the six-figure cruise? We've got something coming up called the six-figure cruise for anybody in the entire community who hits six figures, $100,000 in earnings. You get a free cruise, and you know who's going to be on that cruise? All of the leaders, all the other people who make $100,000. Okay, it's rarefied air. But back to my story. So Lanny gets to the games where he's going to be competing, and he shares with his cronies, the other guy he's competing with, the fact that he has been off the range. He's been in a dark room just practicing, and they're like, oh, good for you, good luck, dude, good luck. Well, needless to say, you know the rest of the story. He went on there to ace it and just did remarkably well, and he ranked and he medaled. And his point was like, there is so much to this thing called visualization. There's also discipline, the slight edge, doing it over and over, right? There's discipline, there's commitment, there's taking the action, and then there's actually seeing the outcome, visualizing the outcome. That's the big takeaway for me with winning in mind. And I want you guys to really consider this concept of visualization. Where are you right now, and where do you want to be? Can you actually see yourself? Yesterday, I think it was, or day before yesterday, we had Rebecca calling in, and she was talking about, going and test driving some automobiles, like some designer stuff, an Audi. That's where she got the 1111 thing. It was yesterday, right? Talking about going and putting herself in the car. Have you ever done that? Have you ever actually seen yourself in it? Have you ever gone on a Sunday afternoon and just take your family and go to open houses that are worth millions of dollars and see it and see yourself in there? Visualization. It really does work. It's a tool. I'm going to open it up the lines here in about another minute. Before I do, though, I quickly want to say another shout out to Carlos Rodriguez. Carlos, I want to thank you again for the shout out and the video that you did and the courage that you demonstrated. And I know I did the exact same thing. I'm supporting you. If you haven't seen this, Carlos actually went to a pawn shop with some of his most precious, his cargo, because he was looking to get some funding to build his dream. I did the same thing, my friend, more than one time. More than one time. I honor you. What a cool thing to do. Talk about visualization, talk about doing the thing, taking the action. And at this point, when you make that commitment, Carlos, and you can speak to this, now that you have made that commitment, you went in there, you pawned some stuff, you went to work, you were able to reclaim your stuff because you got the thing. Doesn't that give you a feeling of like you're invincible now? I mean, you are so capable of doing the things that you do, and it was always there. The capability to do those things were always there. But sometimes we have to do extraordinary things to flush it out. There's a saying that even an eagle needs a push out of the nest. And that's what this is really about. And I think that's what most of us are getting here from our experience here on Traffic Report, because we hear from so many people around the world having magnificent results and being willing to share them. So let's get to it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say the last four digits of your telephone number. I'm going to invite you out to share with me your first name, city, state, or country that you're calling in from, and then just let her rip. Let whatever you got to say, whatever you got to share. Now, if you have a technical question, if you have something going on with, like I saw this morning, somebody on Facebook this morning, here's a little caveat, right? Said, oh, my traffic is suddenly on link review. It was flowing, but now it's on pending link review. Well, did you know that if you ever make a change to your URL, like let's say that you want to change the direction, you want to point it at one of our funnels here in-house, or maybe you want to send it to your other quote-unquote deal, whatever it is, some other company, right, that you're promoting. Because we recommend that you use this traffic, and we got split testers, all kinds of stuff in the Traffic Optimizer section. But here you go, okay? If you make any minute, as small as it may seem, adjustment to your link, then it's pending link review again. And we find not all the time. Sometimes some stuff happens, and there might be some kind of a burp in the internet world, and something may happen because it is a big machine, a lot of data flowing through. But by and large, over 90% of the time, these are the things that are happening. So I want you to be patient. If you have an issue, okay, rather than posting it on Facebook, And we want you to post on Facebook, okay? That's Facebook is there for the community to support and to help each other. At the same time, you might as well go right to the source. If you have something going on with your site or something going on with your credit card or whatever the case may be, just send in a support ticket. Because posting on Facebook is cool, but you're going to get, how do I say this without offending anyone? All right, I'm just going to say it. You may get amateur advice when it comes to, okay, my link, or it comes, something's going on with my get response. There are a lot of people out there, the Gary Chappelles of the world, the Diamond Daves of the world. They have the good answers and they can help you. And then there are other people who have nothing but a heart of gold and passion for people, and their information may be just, my point is that why not just go to the source? Support at trafficauthority.net. I spoke with Doug Wellens yesterday. He was there. He was physically in the room, and he said, "Dude, they were down to like 50 tickets, 60 tickets, which is, that's when you consider we were at the thousands of tickets when we stumbled out of the gate back on August 5th. That's very good." So this morning, we want to hear the good news. We want to hear what's going on in your world. We want to hear some commentary. If you have a question, I know one always has a tendency to seep through. That's okay. I'll handle it for you. I'll get you covered. All right, here we go. Game on. Let's get our boom on here. How you doing there, Holly?
Good morning, Joe, to everyone on the call. This is Holly from Los Angeles. How's everyone?
Are you ready to get your boom on? I can only speak for me. I'm doing well.
I'm ready to get my boom on. I'm glad you're doing well, and it's Thursday, and I'm ready to get my boom going on as well. I just wanted to tell you that I love Get Response. It's really helping everyone get responses, hence Get Response, right? It's really doing what it's supposed to do. And so I actually sent out another email last night, and I had it set to go out at a certain time, like 6 in the morning, and then I sent it out again today. So it went out to all of their campaigns, and I'm waiting for responses in terms of people actually registering and attending the webinar tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'm really excited about that. And I wanted to ask you if you would please do me a huge favor. I know that you said that the Daily Action Plan was on Facebook, but could you please make sure that you send it to me individually? That would really help.
I'm gonna forward you it this morning during the radio show, okay?
Wonderful. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful day, everyone. Thanks, Joe.
You're very, very welcome. I love what Holly just said. I'm getting such great response with Get Response. Hence, Get Response. Thank you very much, Holly. Keep up the good work. We'll keep it moving now. 2959 is next up in the queue. Good morning.
Good morning. Carlos Rodriguez from New York City.
Hey, your ears are burning, huh?
Absolutely, man. I just want to thank you guys and thank you personally. You actually inspired me to do that video, and Doug and everybody and all the ninjas. So I just want to give back my gratitude, and I'm grateful just to be a part of Traffic Authority. You guys really helped me. You guys really helped me out so much in life so far. Appreciate that.
I appreciate you, dude. And I saw that picture of you and Carly Rose, and that is a beautiful child. And you got your hands full there, bro. Yesterday you mentioned terrible twos. Wait till she's 20. You better get yourself like a big machete, dude. You're gonna have to get yourself an army.
Oh man. I have a money making question. I have somebody that has a T-shirt company, and I was talking to him at the bar because I was working yesterday, and he said, "Is this your primary business?" I was like, "No, I have an online business. I'm an internet traffic broker." He's like, "Oh, I actually have a T-shirt company. I want to drive traffic to that T-shirt company, but I tell him, do you have a website?" He said it's under construction, and I asked him, "Do you have a call to action, like some way where you could capture their emails and names?" He says, "Not yet." But he wants traffic. My question to you and to anybody that could answer it is there any way we could probably sell the Traffic Academy by itself, in the sense of maybe the email marketing part could help them, or maybe the new InstaCrush or any other new things that are coming up? Or should I just have them purchase the 144, send traffic, and out of that traffic have him send those people from the traffic to his T-shirt company? This way is better. That's why I'm hensing here. I still haven't gotten back to him. What's your best input on that?
All right. Well, what I would suggest, okay, no problem. The guy, in order for traffic to make any sense for him whatsoever, and if his T-shirt company should be operating, outside of NYC, right? He's got to be shipping products everywhere. And if he's just relying on a walk-up business, that's really not going to help him. What we're looking for,
it's online. It's online. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then he's going to have tell him. He's got to have something really, really cool, a call to action, a place where people will opt in for more information about his offer. Without that, the traffic is just like he's going to really be wasting his money, man. But I'll tell you this, he would benefit from a Traffic Academy subscription. And if he's going to build these websites or have somebody build these websites, he's going to need the Traffic Optimizer. So absolutely, he would be definitely a retail customer for the $144 product because he will learn, okay, on Instagram, right? He can go in there right now and learn how to build an Instagram for his T-shirt thing. And before you know it, he's got, we got people reporting they've already got hundreds of followers on Instagram. So he would definitely benefit, absolutely, Carlos, because the education,
Yeah, that was my angle. That was my angle for that. But I know that we bundle that together. So might as well just give him the whole package to learn from everything and also get the traffic for we could maximize our income and helping him in each and every way. Is that correct?
That's correct, and then he can. This is a great opportunity for him to learn, right? So he can become a member, $144, and then he's got all of the training, right? There's enough training back there. If you take it seriously, you will become a Jedi master. You will be a ninja. That's what this thing is designed to do. It's to educate people and empower them to take action. And so your guy, he could begin building a traffic authority business, sending he can see for himself. You send traffic authority traffic at the traffic authority sales funnels, and look what happens, and it will educate him, right? Absolutely. But you gotta learn how to crawl before you can walk. And if this guy doesn't even have a website that has some cool calls to action and opt-ins, he's still crawling. He's got to learn a few things before he goes there. But this is a great opportunity for you to educate and empower a dude, man. He can come and hear from guys like you, people who make stuff happen. That's the best part about this community is that there's so much more than just traffic and clicks here,
Absolutely. So yeah, that's a great insight. So I'm a go with that and hit him in that angle. So like that, once he starts getting sending traffic to Traffic Authority, then he could send his T-shirt company in those emails and pitch them on the T-shirt company. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. God bless and take care. And shout out to all the ninjas and everybody down in the Florida office. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carlos. Checking in from New York City. All right, we're going to keep it. I only got a couple more people in the queue here. Maybe we're going to get out of here this morning before the bathroom break is calling me. 9190, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. This is Earl, the mountain man from Troy, Montana. And man, am I excited. I signed up for that Instagram and did what we're supposed to do, and it didn't even take 10 minutes, and I had 4 followers. So, when you do what the daily marketing plan says, it works,
Mm-hmm.
I'm posting an email to my groups as we speak, and Jody, our customer service agent, I want to give a shout-out to her and just thank her for getting back to me right away and having the solution to the problem that I was facing. It's just top-notch, and we got a customer service program the way that we have it. And the one thing I see here at Traffic Authority that we have the ability to do is we have this mastermind group Monday through Friday. And I'm not sure how many people don't realize it or not, but this is very valuable. It's going to help you to have that mindset to go to work, to make things happen. And if you're not ready to go to work to make things happen, it's because there's a section in our back office that you probably haven't done yet, and that's put together your business plan. And it's not talked about very much, but when you look at the facts, and the facts say a lot in entrepreneurship, 97% of the people who try to start a business from home, they go out of business. They fail. They go out of business. It don't happen for them. And 97% of the companies starting out today will be out of business within 6 months. What do they got in common? They all got one thing in common. They're geared to get that person that wants something for nothing. They know they're going to start up within 6 months and be out of business, but they're going to generate more profits than what they put together to start that startup venture. So to protect yourself, you're looking for somebody who knows how to plan ahead. Are they planning events? Look at what we're a new company, but what are we doing? We're planning events. We're putting in permanent tools. We're constantly having all that new information that's available there. But most importantly, what we do is what the 3% do that succeed, that do not fail. And what those 3% do is they put a plan of their daily actions to profits. What are you going to do to make the money into writing for 90 days out? And with every business I've operated over the last 20 years, I've always heard the comment as a trainer from the new people that don't understand it, that is sissy stuff. Why do I need to write down my goals? Why do I got to put my plans into action? Yet if you wanted to start a brick-and-mortar business and you went to a bank, and you were to get a loan for that business, that bank would not even consider giving you that loan unless you could show them a 5-year projected business plan of what your daily actions are to profits, what are your monthly expenses to do these daily actions, and how much profit's left over at the end of that. We have the ability to plan our work and work our plan, and I'd be willing to lay money down that 80% of the people in the company are not doing it. We want to make sure that we ensure our success. It's not a hard process to do, and it's definitely not sissy stuff. Put your plans into writing and stick to that plan no matter what obstacles come across, and what you'll have is that 90-day push done successfully that Eric Worre talks about in his book, Go Pro. And when you can go pro and have that 90-day plan into your favor, you're going to love yourself at the end of 3 months, because the last place you want to be is looking back on this 3 months from now going, why didn't I listen to that hippie missing teeth out of Montana? And you don't want to ask that question, folks. With that being said, it's just an honor and a blessing to be here, and I thank you for having me here, Joe.
Thank you very much. Earl the Mountain Man checking in from Montana. You said some cool things there. Yes, I'm a big fan of GoPro, of Eric Worre. And it is a must-have if you're going to be a professional in our industry. It's a must-have. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was at the deli grabbing something to eat, and there's a kid, speaking of hippies, he's got a ponytail down to his ass. He's behind the deli counter. And he's like, well, I'm going to be out of here. I'm leaving on the 23rd or whatever the date was. I says, really, you're leaving? I says, you're leaving? Oh, sorry, dude. No one can make a ham sandwich like you. He's like, well, I'm going into something else. I says, really, what are you doing? He's going into some other food business. And then he goes, and do you know about Prime America? I'm like, yeah, I know. He goes, yeah, I really got my sights on that. And he was grinning, right? He had that grin that everybody who's getting into the industry has. I said, yeah, I'm a lifer, man. I said, I've been in direct selling network marketing. I said, you got to get yourself the GoPro book by Eric Worre. What goes wrong comes wrong. Let's keep it moving. Ace, number one. Number one is in the house. This could be one of anybody right now. We got a lot of people calling in on Skype.
Good morning. This is Frank from beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The sun is shining, and it's a beautiful day to play in traffic. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Frank. How are you today?
Blessed and highly favored. I want to just give a Instagram report. We're up to 546 now.
What?
75 followers. And it's growing every single day. Sometimes I click on it a couple of times a day, and just to make sure, and it jumped up 1 or 2 notches from the previous time I clicked on it. Yeah, boy, that stuff is working. Just do the thing. Just do the thing.
And looking at it you know what I call that watching the pot boil, and that's what I do, man. I'm watching the pot boil. I'm looking at the Facebook page. I'm seeing who's giving me a boom. Remember, ask for a boom. And I like you. I want to see the results, and it's really, really cool, isn't it? I mean, that's microwave results, dude. 546 results in 75 followers. There's gold in them there hills, son. There's sales in them there followers, my friend. Just got to get into the training.
And this morning, I'll tell you, Joe, that I was working with Marcia. She's one of my new people that just signed up, and she asked me to see if you could put her on the swipe file list. She's not getting a swipe files yet, so can I give you her email address?
Sure. What's her email address?
METAPPIN at gmail.com. METappin@gmail.com. Okay, and I was helping her this morning. What I did is I used my swipe files, and I helped her build a swipe file and an email, and she sent it to her entire inbox. So she was just excited and elated, and she was just loving it. So
what's her name?
Much for that. Her name is Marcia Tappin Miller.
Got it.
Marcia.
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 Okay, got it.
And I also want to shout out to Marcia. Marcia, I told you I was going to do it. I did it. And Randy, I got another one of my guys. He's a longtime friend of mine. His dad and me are both pastors, and so he's a pastor's kid. I don't know what that means. He's a pretty good guy. And anyway, he's online right now listening to the radio show, so I want to shout out to you, Randy. Welcome aboard.
And congratulations on some very, very significant activity. Frank checking in from Myrtle Beach, 546 Instagram hits, 75 followers. Marcia Tappin Miller and Randy, it's happening, man. It's happening. Keep up the good work, my friend.
All right. Thanks a lot. God bless, guys.
Will do. God will bless. Thank you very much. That's Frank checking in. Let's keep it moving. 6392, you're next up. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. It's Mallory from Carrot River, Saskatchewan. How are you today?
I'm great, Mallory. How is it in Carrot River, Saskatchewan? Is it snowing yet?
It actually did snow a little bit last night. I walked outside of work and it was like a big, huge blizzard going on, and I was like,
awesome.
I'm like, well, here we go. But
it's
already starting to melt. It didn't really sit there too long.
Mm-hmm. So how you doing? What's
you
going
guys.
on? Haven't heard you.
Well, I'm doing pretty good. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but just personal stuff that's been going on. But I've always been here. I just couldn't quite come out without probably bursting into tears, so I had to keep myself away. But I just wanted to just shout out to everyone and be like, tell everyone that, I know everyone's doing the thing because I know I'm doing the thing. I may not quite be getting the results that I quite want yet, but I'm still doing the thing. So,
yes,
it will happen. I just want everyone, because I know that there's definitely some people that are probably thinking, oh, my gosh, I'm doing the thing, I'm doing the actions, I'm doing everything, still not seeing the results. But listening to you guys, and even yesterday, Kara, she made me have to really point out, because I was saying the positive things, but then I was putting the negative things in there as well. So she made me shout out on Facebook and represent and tell myself what I think of myself, and knowing that I am a leader, I am my own boss, I am someone that I am positive, and I will do this, and I can do this. So I'm shouting it out to the world once again, and the universe, that I will be able to do this. And I just want everyone to know that I love you guys, and you guys have been my strength throughout this past week with everything that's been going on, and just boom. And that Instagram is amazing. And same with the Twitter. Like, we have so much stuff. Like, I've been in this industry for a while. I had no idea how to use Twitter. I had no idea how to use Instagram. I had all of them, but I never knew how to be able to actually promote them to get more followers. The past week and a half, the amount of followers I've had between the two of them, I'm very excited. And just like how Carlos had brought up that point today about the Traffic Academy, I was actually going to ask about that as well, because I know some people that have their own businesses and everything that they can utilize some of our training. Maybe the traffic isn't going to work for them, because, they have to be able to use that traffic to go to a website, and if that website doesn't capture anybody, then they're just going to get traffic there, and then nothing's going to happen. So I'm just excited for everything to be able to come. I just wanted to let everyone know, just keep on waiting. We've only begun, and look at what we already have in only the last couple of months. So I can't wait to see 6 months from now.
How about it? Thank you very much, Mallory. And, we talked just yesterday about the fact that the obstacle is actually the path. Okay, so when we go through some stuff, and I'm going through some stuff myself. Personal things. There's always stuff that comes up. That's living, man. That's life. And that's part of the journey, right? Those are actually the gifts. Because you're going to look back, Mallory, and you're going to say, man, I learned so much from that. 6634, you're next up in the queue. Good morning. Hello. I can hear the courage welling up inside of you. 6634, are you there? Oh, I hate to do that to you, 6634, after waiting so long. Let's keep it moving. 6523, you're next up.
Good morning, Joe. This is Monica, live in Portland.
Monica, you're further up in the queue today. I'm really happy that you didn't have to wait all day. How's it going?
It's going great. I got my day started. I'm going to do the thing. And, I just want to give a shout-out. I had some questions and got on to support with Traffic Authority. And the way that my day is, a lot of times I have to wait for the next day to get back to it. But within like a half an hour, I got an email back from Traffic Authority, and so I thought that was totally cool. And,
that is amazing. 90 minutes, you say? Your turnaround was a 90-minute turnaround for you?
No, it was like more like a half an hour. So that was amazing.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is, the GetResponse. I call them, and I'm just really happy with the help I'm getting, and I'm just doing the thing. It's slow, a little bit slower for me. I've got a lot of things on my plate, and like everybody else, just got to dig my heels in and do it over and over again. So,
well, there's always the story of the tortoise and the hare. I mean, just as long as you'll get to the finish line as long as you just keep moving forward, inch by inch, right?
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much, Monica in Portland, checking in, and I'll send those words. I'm sure they're listening right now. The support desk, usually they have Carl, who's not a support guy. He's a programmer, but he's everything, man. This is a jack of all trades. Carl, if you're listening, thank you for what you do for us every single day. But a 30-minute turnaround. Remember all the nervous Nellies about a month ago who were jumping off they were jumping off skyscrapers because they had to wait a couple days to get an answer on the support desk? I wish they would have waited. See what happens when you just be patient. 1650. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. It's Barry in Tucson. How are you, my friend?
I'm great, Barry. How are you today?
Wonderful, wonderful. Just doing the thing, sent out my email swipe. Got my shower. I got my both sons and very soon to be son-in-law. Going to be here in about an hour, so we can go get the final fitting on the tuxes and get back from that. I'm going to send that sucker out again. That email swipe.
Yeah,
so
just do it more than once. And, I hope you're taking them to IHOP or something for a nice stack of pancakes early in the morning.
Yeah, we'll do something after it's all done.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be to lunchtime when we're done, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening for the first time, this is Barry in Tucson, who had a great breakthrough when in a restaurant, he sang happy birthday to his son, and he's got a big thing coming up this weekend. Barry's daughter is getting married this weekend, if you're listening for the first time, one of our loyal listeners. Barry, just keep that thing going, right? Boom, do the thing. Send those emails. I think you send them in morning and in the evening, right? If you see, I receive emails from some people like crazy, and I'm getting rid of some of that trash. And I say that with respect. Remember yesterday, Kim Snyder was saying, sometimes we should just shut off some of that stuff and cancel those subscriptions and just keep our focus on, keep our boom on here. But more than once, I talked to Adam Whiting about this not long ago. He says, you know what? With social media, you can't do too much, and people will unsubscribe. That's why there's an unsubscribe list. So in the meantime, just show them that you really do care, and let them know that we got a killer webinar tonight if they're serious about making some money here, right?
That's right. Just do the thing, and you don't want to overflood them, and drive them away. But you're exactly right. And everybody out there, the tribe, God bless. Carlos, you're doing awesome. I love the video. Earl, always great words, and everybody just having a great time being here. And I'll finish with that and let you get on to the next person, buddy.
Barry in Tucson checking in. Keep up the good work, Barry. We'll have to hear from you every single day. 5302, it's your turn.
Hey, Joe, this is Gary.
Hey, Gary, how are you?
Destiny, Tacoma, Washington.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm having a great day. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Just up and able to take nourishment. I had a couple of things I wanted to cover. One was Instagram. I'm having a little difficulty with my phone getting my account set up. But I've checked into it, and as long as I can get my account set up on a phone, then there is a desktop application, I believe it's called Deskgram, that uses Dropbox folders that you can upload pictures to Instagram from your computer once you get your account set up.
Awesome.
And that's what I'm in the process of doing now.
Excellent.
The second thing is I've set up a Skype room for Traffic Authority community. So anybody that wants to join me, they can find me on Skype, GAnderson1959, and I'll get them into the room. I love Skype because if people are having difficulty, we can do a desk share. I can kind of walk them through where things are in the back office and that kind of stuff. I really love Skype for helping people with issues they might be having.
You know, Skype is very, very cool. Thank you very much, Gary. I'm glad you're taking some nourishment. City of Destiny. I love that, man. That's appropriate for you. Thanks for jumping out here. And I saw that you set up that Skype room yesterday. Skype is a really, if you guys aren't running Skype, you know, I remember when Skype first came out, I thought it was just another virus running on my computer, but it's such a cool, handy tool. Like the people who call in on Skype, like we hear from people around the world. Like right now. Good morning.
Right now. Good morning.
I can hear somebody on Skype. And I can hear my voice coming back at me. You heard that, right? That person was calling in from Skype. You know, Skype to Skype is peer-to-peer. It's free. You know, Gary, if you call me on Skype, it's no charge. It's free. Anywhere in the world. That's the cool thing about Skype. 1005, you're next up in the queue. Natalie Love, how are you?
Hello, how are you, Joe?
I'm great. What's going on?
Oh, you know, not much. Super crazy busy for the next couple of days. I just wanted to call in today for one to check in. But also because I need some peeps to be emailing my inbox for something that we got going on. So if you could remind them for me.
Well, the floor is yours. Go ahead, remind them.
Well, I can't really say the whole thing because it's kind of a surprise. So, but yeah, anybody who I've talked to, actually, I've talked to quite a few people, but go ahead and Facebook message me, or you can call me on my cell, or email is fine. And Joe, I actually sent you an instant message on Facebook too yesterday. Yesterday, I think, or this morning maybe. I did.
I'll check it. I'm backed up there. I will admit that I'm backed up on my Facebook responsibilities. So I'll get back to you, Natalie. I like you. Crazy busy life, but I promise you I'll get back to you today.
Absolutely. Well, just wanted to say hi and check in, and hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Natalie Love checking in from Chicago. And speaking of Chicago, we've got some other shy energy here. This is the Diamond Man, Diamond Dave. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, it's Diamond Dave out here in the south side of Chicago, Tinley Park. Listen, I just wanted to touch a base in here today because I heard a couple people asking, I think it was Mallory and Carlos. Let me go back to some notes I put down here real quick. People were talking about how to get people to get them to the individual products. You guys, if you guys don't notice this, I know we're probably all focusing on building our teams and everything, but if you go to your back office, then to Business Center, then to tracking links, you have a retail page. And the difference between the retail page and what you would send to a possible prospect is that on the retail page, they can actually create a free account, and they get access to the back office. And then in the back office, they could literally see all the stuff that they could purchase. So the back office does all the selling for them. Personally, I like that way better than just say, hey, you got to buy something and or you get nothing, because this way they can see what they're getting before they even do it. But if you go to the retail page, you can send people through there as so, for example, Carlos and I think it was Mallory, they both had people that wanted to use the training. Well, if they create a free account, they can log into their back office. They could go to the training page, and it will say, upgrade your account for $97. It will do the selling for you. Not only does it have the video that does this upsell for you, but it also has the buy now button. Guys, that is a really good way to get people who are saying, I don't have any money, I can't get started now, blah, blah, blah. When they see in the back office what they're missing, they will convert. I mean, that's just that part is just perfect, especially if they see that there's something that they want that they can't get to. Nothing provokes people more than something they want that they can't get to without doing something to get to it. So that's all I really wanted to touch base with, because everybody's having such finally having success. Everybody's starting to know their get response. I know Gil James today. I'm going to be doing some personal training with him today. So Gil, if you're listening, don't forget, we'll be calling you after this meeting. Joe, I hope that helps. You're probably sitting there going, "Damn, I didn't even think of that," because everybody wants to go through the prospect method. But if you go through the retail method, people can see what they're missing. I'm actually kind of a little surprised that we don't do it that way in the first place. But they don't show up in your back office, so make a note of that. They will not show up under your leads page in your back office. Not sure why that happens, because they technically are still a lead. But they do show up in your get response. So hope that helps you guys.
Thank you very much. Checking in from Tinley Park, Illinois. Diamond Dave, always out there to help you guys. You can find Diamond Dave on Facebook. He's always out there, man. Always looking to support. I'm hearing that echo again.
Oh, sorry. I'm turning. It's Celeste. I can't get through.
I'll come back to you, Celeste. I'll come back to Celeste. Hear those little voices. 5339, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Hey, Joe, you got Charles from PA. How you doing, buddy?
Charles, haven't heard from you in a while. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, man. It's just raining out here. Just listening to this great call. I'm super excited about the Instagram training. You know, I've been on Instagram for about 6-7 months. Got about 2,000 people following me right now. And by the way, I'm Charles Green. Anybody can just follow me at Charles Green. So now it's time to take things to the next level at that program. You know, I got a lot of followers. I got stuck. You know, I was looking at another course, you know, for like almost $300 I was going to pick up. So the timing couldn't be better for this course to drop with the Traffic Academy. So, you know, I'm glad I had Traffic Academy, so I don't have to buy it now because it's part of the deal. So now this weekend when I get the time to go dive in, I'm sure I'm going to learn something that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited, man. Dive into that training. Maybe I can get some of these people to actually start clicking on my call to action link that I have right there on that page, dude. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to pop out and say hello. You guys are awesome. And back to you, buddy. See you guys at the top.
Thank you very much. Charles checking in from Pennsylvania. And Charles, Charles said he was looking at a course, a $300 course. And then all of a sudden, here he is with our own Traffic Academy. We've got an Instagram course in there that is worth more than $300, man. That when you see there's more video being uploaded in there today, that's $1,000 worth of stuff, and you get that included in your membership as a Traffic Academy member. And I don't know if you guys are paying attention. Look around. You will see that Mazer is on our Facebook page. Okay, Nicole Mazer is a Traffic Authority ninja. Not only is she somebody who has these brilliant ideas and she's crushing it out there on Instagram, when she saw what we were doing, she wanted to become a member, so she became a member of our community. So you can find, she's out there, man. If you maybe have a question specifically, sniff around on the Facebook page. Maybe you'll come across Mazer. She is there. Thank you very much, Charles, for checking in. We'll go to 2301. You're next up. Good morning.
Hey, Joe. It's Becky in sunny Colorado.
Becky, how are you and the dogs doing this morning?
Oh, well, they were really bugging me to come outside and play in the snow. We had a really good snow the other day. Of course, it's melting off now, but I didn't get on yesterday. I felt bad about that, but Ed was home and we were doing other stuff, and the dogs wanted to, because they knew it was time for Traffic Authority.
See, they got their body clock is set, right? I love that. I love that.
Anyway, I don't have a whole lot today. Just wanted to say hi and
well, thanks for checking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really appreciate you checking in. Stay warm, okay? I know that the winter is coming. I saw that there's a big snowstorm blowing through up there.
funny, it can be 25 degrees out, and you'll see guys walking around in a jacket and shorts.
I love it. I remember when I lived in Chicago, those guys. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Listen, Becky, thanks for calling in. I appreciate your support. I want to thank everybody. We've hit the bottom of the list. We're out of here in an hour, which is actually kind of cool. I want to thank everyone who took the time today to listen to us and to join in. I want to thank Becky in sunny Colorado, and of course, Diamond Dave. Thank you very much for showing up here. Natalie Love in Chicago. Celeste, I heard you coming through the din. We'll have to do better tomorrow to connect. Gary calling in from the city of Destiny. Barry in Tucson. Monica live in Brooklyn. Thank you very much. Mallory talking about the fact that she had no idea how to do things like this until she came here. I want to thank Frank and congratulations to Lucia and Randy for the Girl, the Mountain Man. Carlos in New York City. To Rocky and Holly says, get response. Working for hence the name, get response. All right, listen, go to the Facebook page, post something, okay? We're done with the radio show. Go comment on the radio show. Tell you what it meant. The other thing is the thing. Send the swipe files. Send the file, okay? Send to your list. If you've got 100, 1,000, just let people know that we are having a webinar tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern that features the unbelievably good. This guy is gifted, Eric Bechtold. It's going to be simple. We're going to get you guys out of there in way less than an hour. It is easy to understand. The call to action is strong. I want you guys to come to experience it yourself, but you're already in the traffic. There's a difference between being in traffic authority and around traffic authority and using traffic authority. So for those of you that love the webinars, you come, you hang out, you dig the vibe, that's awesome. We love you, want you there. But do the thing. Invite strangers, prospects. People are wondering, what is this all about? Invite them and watch what's happening. You know what we say around here? Do the thing, drive the dream. Drive the dream, right? You can drive it dreams, or you can just drive your dream by simply doing the thing. Take action, keep it simple, and we'll be back tomorrow morning to wrap the week on our traffic report on RadioLeverage.com. Until then, let's go play some traffic. Make sure you look both ways before walking, y'all.